Hello, welcome to Podcassidy. I am here with Cassie Butler. I feel like I should have called it like Cassie squared, something like that.
The podcast squared.
It's something like that. Do you ever go by Cass or is it always Cassie?
No, I actually do go by Cass a lot of the time. Actually, my website is Human Design by Cass. So yeah, I go by Cass very frequently.
Gotcha, but not on LinkedIn because I'm Cass.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood. Yeah, I don't like Cassie, like personally. It's never been like my cup of tea as far as like nicknames, especially with my full name being Cassidy. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm missing what? You're missing one letter and swapping on another. Just say Cassidy. At that point.
Yeah, but I always get no one knows how to pronounce Cassie for some reason. I get Casey all the time.
What?
So when I introduce myself in corporate settings, I have taken to saying it's Cassie. There's an ass right there in the middle, very helpfully for you. Because yeah, I get it all the time.
Wait, so now I have to know if you have had the same experience as me. So when I sign up for Minecraft or a different website that is based for like children, it doesn't let me use Cassidy or Cass because it has ass in it. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes.
No, I hate when it does that. Okay. I know it's scary. But does that ever happen to you where like you're not able to use your name for like something because it has accent?
Yeah, if they have really aggressive like community terms when like playing games, because I play a lot of video games, and so yeah, I almost never get to actually use my name because a lot of them will block it.
I get that. We have so many people in the chat. We have Kathleen, we have Chantel, we have Shelby, we have Bree here. I could faint. I was just telling Cassie before this that Bree, you texted me in the middle of me sending her a voice note, and I got distracted because I was like, "Oh my God, Bree texted me." We have Natalie and Rob and Lori. Oh my God, there's so many people here, and we have Kelly. Thank you.
It's a full house. Hi guys.
I know.
Or y'all. I've been trying to de-guise my vocabulary. It's not going well.
Yeah. It is all okay. So should we go right for it? Should we just jump right into the resume?
Sure.
All right. This is the first time that I'm doing this, so bear with me. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Okay. And it's probably showing up over there. I'll find out in 50 minutes or seconds when the delay hits. First impression, this shit is bright. Like
because I don't want to work someplace boring.
I immediately am thinking, okay, well, you are looking for some sort of creative role.
Nope.
That is what your resume reads immediately.
I will bring creative elements into anything I do, but yeah, you should know I'm a whole package.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we don't typically see pictures on resumes either. Not that's a bad thing, but it does allow like unbiased conscious into the hiring practice that may not have been there if they didn't know how you looked.
If they're going to be biased against me because of what I look like, I want to know before you ever try to reach out to me. Because this is the me that's going to show up.
And that's very, very fair. I say all the time that like you need to be your full self when you show up to interview because and I was just talking to Rob about this in a coffee chat too. Like if you are not being your full self when you go to the interview, it's just not going to work out like a little bit down the line. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Right. Because people can tell.
Yeah. And then let's see, tenured content QA, so quality assurance, incident management, and knowledge professional with 25 years career experience, passionate about efficient processes that are accessibly documented, driving user delight. Ooh, I like that word. Through design and clarity, and always working to understand the underlying why behind everything. An employee engagement juggernaut dedicated to making the work for all neurotypes. I love that. That's so like accepting and open, and like it is written for the right company that you want to work for, as compared to like any company.
Right.
That'd be interesting, your skills. Like it's very much written for company culture.
Yes.
As well, which, as we just talked about with your picture, that is obviously something you care about and should.
Like I, at my last job, kind of gave myself the title Chief Vibe Officer. And like I'm deeply committed to that role in every area of my life.
Is that why you're basically the chief vibe officer on LinkedIn too?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because like some things don't leave you, even if corporate SaaSpocalypses you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Atlassian? Yes. I've seen the name before.
Everybody who's ever had to use Jira has.
Did you take your longevity off, how long you worked there, or did you purposely leave it off?
I never included it.
How long did you work there for?
2.5 years, almost 3.
Why'd you leave it off?
I just don't include it. So I realized I put the 25 years in my headline, which like I need to edit that out. I figured that age was probably getting me was probably impacting my ability to get through ATS. And so I took all dates off of my resume that could help them figure out how old I am, because women over 40 are being discriminated against.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I would definitely, I would put it in. Because oftentimes my first impression when I don't see dates is this person is hiding how long they worked for this company for. Like this person works here for maybe a month and is trying to pass off that they worked here legitimately.
There is no way I could have done all of that in a month. But yeah, right. I get that.
But that doesn't mean you would not present a resume that would say that.
Yeah.
Not you specifically, but you know, a recruiter that does not know Cassie. When did you leave that job? How long has it been?
Like 10 months, I think. I was part of
that at all.
Yeah, I was part of the last summer's one of the half dozen rounds of layoffs they've done in the last year. I was one of the first couple.
Okay, gotcha. And you told me that you just started something too, right?
Yeah, that's not on my resume yet.
When did you start that?
That's a very complicated answer, Cassidy. So I've been doing it off and on as a side hustle for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But like finally officially figured out like it does not appear that corporate wants me back, so I should pivot. And finally I made that decision about December, January. So like last 5 months probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I would put that on and then backdate it for like those 5 months. Or honestly, if you wanted, you could go back the 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it like for people for that long, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely add that in because unfortunately, being currently employed does give you a leg up in getting a new job. So showing that you are actively somewhere will help. RPG process engineer 2nd D. Identified need and created minor incident manager handbook and virtual instructor-led trainer to improve response and resolution time for
Sev 3s.
Sev 3 across
anyone who's
1,000 learners by 15%. Worked with cross-functional teams, identify process gaps for incident management, and propose and implemented solutions to close those gaps and create a seamless process across all required participants. And designed and processed prompt engineered agent to reduce initial root cause analysis response time for enterprise customers by 75% on Sev 2 or higher. So maybe it makes sense to the person that works in that industry, but for me, that literally makes no sense. Granted, I come from manufacturing and skilled trades. Right. That is like most of my background with some healthcare, and I've done like some corporate. So the tech and those sort of things are very much not my expertise. Can you what'd you do? Can you tell me?
So I did process engineering. So the Secondee program, Atlassian has this thing where you can basically microdose another job for like up to 6 months. If you can learn something and that team needs your skills. And so I got to step into our incident management engineering team or incident management team on the engineering side of the business from my original position on customer service. And I got to basically like sit with the team and dig through like their documentation, make sure that their training was documented appropriately, make sure we were having a lot of people that like incidents were escalating unnecessarily because people just weren't addressing them at the lowest level. And so they would keep escalating until it got to the level where it was like waking up VPs and stuff. Because like the alarming, like if it gets ignored, the alarming escalates also. And so I created a whole training program for that like the entire engineering org had to end up taking. And I did a lot of things to like help teams discover like why some teams were performing better than others. And so like I would go and like look at their documentation and like look at the stuff that they had done and look at the way that like that their stuff was all set up and be like, oh, this team is doing this and that's why they're responding so much faster. Like you should also do this, this, and this. And just help them like shore up processes essentially to make sure that they could do that. And then I also wrote an AI agent that helped anytime there's a major incident at a place like Atlassian, because they are because they are a software as a service provider, if they're down, everyone's down. In some cases, like with higher severities. And so on ones that are a severity, the 3 highest severities, there was a really big issue with like enterprise customers not getting documentation about like what had happened for sometimes up to like 12 or 14 days, which is not really appropriate when there's been like a major outage. Like they need to know what happened ASAP. And so I helped write an agent that would kind of go through the Slack channel and all of the related incident communications and be able to spit out something that would at least give them some information before we did the full like post-incident review deep dive. So that they weren't just sitting waiting like, it's broken.
I got you. Okay. And I'm sorry, what did I do? What's the software? The service?
Software as a service. So that's
what is it though? Like what is it that Atlassian does?
I wish they could settle on one thing so I could answer that question cleanly, Cassidy. They stay chronically outside of their lane, constantly acquiring other businesses. They started with Jira and Confluence like 100 years ago, not 100 years ago. It was like 2003. And then from then they now have basically like ticket management, essentially like a knowledge-based documentation wiki type program. Then they added a service desk element, and they've acquired they do identity management now. They do It is, there were so many products that I, at one point, as part of a hackathon, got my team together and was like, let's make a children's book about our products because I need someone to explain it like I'm 5. And then we won. So,
yeah.
Because everyone needed to explain it like you're 5, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to train anyone because pretty much how anyone can learn it, right?
Yeah.
So who are their customers? Like, what kind of people would buy their product?
Basically there's anyone who uses Jira, which is a lot of people. I don't know, like, I don't know if I can name drop specific customers.
Don't need to do that.
Yeah, I know I had some questions about some of the customers, which is, I'm glad that we parted ways, so I don't have to think about it.
Okay, gotcha. And then, why'd you leave? What happened?
I got SaaSpocalypsed. I was part of.
You did say that. You did say that.
I was part of one of their rounds of layoffs. I remember
if you said that during the podcast or if you told me beforehand. It's already running together. But you did tell me that. And then the CSS technical writer. I do know what CSS is, so we're getting somewhere with that one. What were you writing You're writing the CSS for Atlassian too? No. So Atlassian is its own little microcosm, and they don't care what CSS means to the rest of the world because to them it's customer support services. So it's their customer support org. And I got brought in a couple of weeks after they had a major incident that caused a bunch of customer sites to be deleted because there were no SOP. Well, there were SOPs, but they weren't clear. And so they identified a lack of clear centralized documentation as a major factor in what caused the incident as part of the post-incident review. So they spun up a technical writing program as part of the customer service org so that we could centralize all of their documentation and get it in a standardized format and apply some just like basic standard quality principles and like workflows and that kind of things for knowledge management purposes. Okay. Gotcha. How long did you do the technical writing versus the process engineer secondary? Technical writing was like a little over 2 years and 3 months, and then process engineering was 6 months, the last 6 months. Okay, gotcha. What's Companion do? The company before that? Cat and dog insurance. I love that. Yeah. So quality assurance specialist, were you doing quality on their like customer service type quality or? So I was actually, so the cool thing about Trupanion is they actually upended the veterinary industry. They're an industry disruptor, which is a thing I just love. They came in and upended the reimbursement model of insurance. They had a website called Trupanion Express that veterinarians could file your claim on your insurance from the office, just like it was a regular doctor's appointment. So you would just pay your copay or whatever, and then they would send it to Trupanion. I was the gatekeeper and the only QA person for my entire tenure for that app. So I was the person like making sure that like the things happened, like the policy information came through when it was supposed to, it was pulling up the right pets, it was associating to the right owners. It could talk with all the practice management systems that we had integrated with. And then we did a couple, while I was there, we did what's called a cloud re-architecture. So we moved from an on-premises version where everyone had to have a version of it like installed locally to a cloud architecture where everyone just like pulled down from the same cloud. And during the course of that required some website redesign and some additional accessibility stuff because they also got sued by the ADA while I was there. Love that. So I was like, cool, I am now also into accessibility. Yeah, Bree and I talked about accessibility the other day because I'm going to have my website soon enough. Eventually, it'll come out. But yeah, that's crazy. But I'm sure you feel very confident about making sure that those T's are crossed and those I's are dotted. I got this autism for a reason. I might as well use it. That's why they use the phrase autism is a superpower.
1000%. Yes, it is.
I love it. What about Farmers Insurance and New World Life? Is New World Life a parent company?
So it is, technically they are sister companies under Zurich North America. Farmers New World Life is a different book of business from the standard Farmers Property and Casualty line. So I started on the property and casualty line as a customer service agent taking first notice of loss calls. Like when you call in your insurance claim to Farmers, like I would be one of the people that took those calls. And then I ended up doing QA coaching as part of that role. And then that rolled up into working on their IT help desk. And then that ended up transitioning into the Farmers New World Life part of the business. And actually, I got to up and move my entire family to Seattle. Like, as a result,
wow.
I had one bad day at work on help desk, and I was like, nope, let me find a different job. And so I went on our internal recruiting site, and I was like, let me see. And up pops this job that looks like it had been written to my resume. And I was like, I applied without even thinking about it, then saw it was in Seattle. And so I was like, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Right.
And interviewed the next day, had it the next week, uprooted my entire life, and moved 2 weeks later. Like, to come do essentially like QA for the life sales website for farmers. So, like, and helping like walk agents through the process so that we could make sure that people who started their life insurance applications got all the way through them with all the stuff they needed, because otherwise you've just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah. How long were you at Trupanion and how long were you at Farmers?
Trupanion was like 2.5 years. And Farmers was 5, 6.
Girl, you need to put your longevity on your resume like yesterday. Are you kidding me? Like,
yes, Cassidy, I'm kidding everybody all the time. I take none of this seriously.
Come on now. 5 years is crazy, and to leave that off.
Well, because it was 5 years at the whole company, but it was like 2 years in this role and a year in this role and a year in this role. So like it feels really more spread out than it is.
Yeah, so what? Just put it next to Farmers and put it for the 5 years. And then
Okay.
you can talk in the resume about how long you did each job for.
Okay.
And then Michael, oh my God, Abramowski, oh my God, he's gonna kill me because I know that he told me how to pronounce it when we coffee chatted too. But he asked for some examples of autism accessibility options at work.
So you can ask for things like documentation, like for requests to be in written format. Basically, it's a matter of figuring out how your autism works best and then asking for accommodations that they have to be reasonable accommodations. And your employer has to be, I think, more than 50 employees. But they cannot deny you reasonable accommodations. And so standard autistic ones are things like, I need the ability to self-select out when I'm overstimulated, like at offsites or like required in office days. Like I need a place to be able to go away. The use of headphones, noise blocking headphones is very common. The use of having some sort of like white noise thing, like at your desk, if you have to be like in a group environment. It can also, I'm trying to think, because I actually helped write the accessibility handbook for Atlassian. And I'm trying to think of some of the examples that we put in there. Documentation is a big one, like getting like asks written explicitly, and stuff like that. So it's basically like figure out how your autism works best and things that can accommodate that. And if you need help, you can also go to, I think it's jan.org, JAN, the Job Accessibility Network.org. And they have great things that are separated by condition and I believe symptom.
And that kind of helps you determine like which of those to
what reasonable accommodations look like from like other companies that have had them. It's not an exhaustive list. And certainly like autistics are extremely creative. We can come up with other stuff all the time. It's kind of our thing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so it's not an exhaustive list, but it's a really good like basic list to get you started thinking like, would that work for me?
Yeah. I've definitely had like some frustration with people not being able to use like headphones working in like manufacturing because of like the safety concern of it and things like that.
Yeah.
Which always, it's so hard because you're already working on your feet for 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
And I get the safety of it, but come on.
Like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah. But yeah, all of those are like really, really like easy to accommodate.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, no one's asking for accommodations to make HR's life hard. Like we're asking for accommodations because like we want to be our most effective. Like, we know we have a superpower, but there are specific conditions that have to be met for the superpower part of that to be unlocked. So like, hamper me at your own risk, babe.
Yeah. Michael said, thank you for that answer.
And Michael, if you want to DM me to like chat or you want to have a coffee chat, just like slide in my DMs. I don't mind.
Yeah. And then Rob said, I'm not autistic. I don't think that everything Cassie said I do.
That's because it's helpful for everybody.
Yeah. I also love not having the noise. And I also love the white noise. And I definitely feel that. And then let's see. You have Chrissy's Toy Box. Is that just a retail store that you worked at?
Yes. Well, yes.
Why you hesitate? What's the hesitation for?
It is not just a retail store to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to offend by calling it just a retail store.
No, it's fine. I colloquially refer to it as the dildo hut. So like, can't go wrong.
So those kinds of toys. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, my oldest daughter in elementary school used to go around telling people, my mom works at Christie's Toy Box, and it's not the kind of toys you think it is. Like, bro.
Absolutely love that.
Not helpful.
Man, and you did a lot. Store manager, corporate trainer, and inventory specialist. How many locations did they have?
14.
Oh my God.
I noticed a problem because I would have customers coming into my location that would like, I would be, you know, doing my me thing and being like this, like asking them questions and being like, you probably want this. You might want to think about this. Like, do you have any other questions? Like, and I would deep dive in it and like help them figure out what they actually needed. And I found out I was the only location that was giving like that level of like customer service and knowledge. Cause like I was the only one actually training my sales team.
Yeah.
And so I approached our leadership team and I was like, friends, I think we have an opportunity. And so I was able to build a corporate training program from the ground up. Basically for we had 10 stores in the metro area and then a few in outlying like areas in Oklahoma. And one in Joplin that got hit by a tornado once. And so
casual drop.
You know, sometimes the sky tries to kill you. It's pertinent.
Happens.
And so I would have new clerks would all come through my store and I would train them. And it actually caused a 27% sales bump year over year. Like that was the only thing that we changed. When you actually train people on things that people are embarrassed to talk about so that they are knowledgeable and confident about the product line, what else is going to happen? Like,
I was going to say, I can't imagine without having training that it'd be very easy to just talk about it with, like the person coming through the door. At least I would not be like, I would suggest this one. Like,
dude, I had nicknames for them We had one we called the mongoose. As a matter of fact, I got the job at Farmers because in the interview, one of the questions that they asked me was like, how do you explain like complicated like concepts to people? So I explained to the hiring manager the difference in vibration and gyration. That got me the job.
I mean, it works. I got you the job. I love that you use that as like your
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That is a thing I had to explain a lot to customers because people didn't understand it, and like it made a difference based on what you were looking for and like needing it to do. And so yeah, and I was just like, and I'm just very straightforward, very like off the cuff, because to me it was normal. Like that wasn't an abnormal thing to say to a person. Right. And I didn't realize until the hiring manager, big ass football dude, is blushing. Like and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about dildos at Farmers Insurance. Lesson learned, I guess.
I love the fact that the interviewer was just like this big football dude. Because mine's wrong of me to assume it's just some HR lady always. Natalie says, I think I can do it. I'm going to work in an adult toy store when I grow up.
Dude, I am so serious. Do it. Do it. Like, even if you just get a part-time side hustle, because it teaches you, if you can speak confidently to strangers about that, you can talk to anybody about anything. I literally was like, Cassidy, roast my resume. Like, I'm going to hop on your I invited myself on Cassidy's podcast. Like, that is the level of confidence that the Dildo Hut has unlocked in me.
I know. It was crazy because you had messaged me that, and it was probably like a week and a half before I was ready to like launch Podcassidy. Like it was in the works. I was getting things together. Like you said, hey, I have this idea. And I'm like, well, do I got news for you, girl? I also had that idea.
Great minds think alike, and also ours.
I know, it worked out. How long did you work at Chrissy's Toy Box for?
Like 6 years.
That's a long time to work like in one spot.
Yeah.
And then Farmers for 5 right after. Whew.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, if these places would stop laying me off, bitch, I want to retire from you.
Yep. I feel that.
But like 3 layoffs in 5 years said what she said.
Just said we've covered a lot because Cassie has seen a lot.
No lies detected. Honestly, facts.
So good. That's such a good comment. So when you were applying for places coming from the Dildo Hut, were you having trouble like explaining, I guess, what it was? Or I guess, is it common where you are? People know what Christie's is?
We had like 10 stores in the metro location, and I was in the OKC metro at that time. And so everybody kind of knew what it was.
Okay. So when they see it on your resume, they already like had an idea you're coming from Dildo.
Right. Like I'm wild as hell.
Like I'm about to be talking about dildos in this interview with this girl.
I went from dildos to insurance, so it's just a different version of fucking you.
How long you been waiting to use that one?
Oh, I use that one all the time.
I love that. That's awesome. So when I forgot what I was gonna ask now. You made me laugh too hard.
I'm not sorry.
That's okay. You don't need to be sorry for it. I'm not sorry either.
Sorry, Rob.
Natalie said, I like Cassie. Gonna connect. You weren't connected with Natalie Hendricks?
Apparently not.
Natalie's the best.
Well, I'm about to find out, I guess.
And Rob said a lot of dildo talk. She was there for 6 years, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a feature, not a bug.
We're on page 2 over here. The skills, having these, have you ever heard the feedback that these are like pointless and useless and don't mean anything?
No, I haven't.
You have never heard that from anyone?
No.
That is what I see a lot of times from other like people in hiring when it comes to like I don't know what you want to call it, like those bar graphs or those sort of things where it's like kind of arbitrary as compared to having like those skills actually listed out. So I would use I would just have like a regular skills list, to be honest.
Okay.
And that would help you more getting through the ATS system, because if you have those specific like skills and terms or tools that you're using listed and the recruiter is looking for that, then that is going to pop up when they're looking for it. Another thing that is cool now is that I know at least Indeed and like 2 other ATS systems I've used, when you go through and look at resumes, it will like highlight parts of the resume that aligns with your job description. Oh, so nice. Knowing that Indeed, the #1 job seeking platform, does that, I always suggest to everyone that you should do that, because it's going to be highlighted for the recruiter that's looking.
Okay.
But yeah, that's probably the worst thing about your resume right here.
And you saying tools actually reminds me, I should probably put Atlassian's product suite on there.
Oh, like, 1,000%.
I'm a Confluence super user and not a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm. Natalie said, Cassie, how much do you charge to help someone find decent employment that's not like something that ends after a month or 2 and then you have to wait? Well, you're asking the wrong girl, because I got something that ended after a month or 2 and then had to wait. I don't charge. I charge employers. I don't charge job seekers. But I also don't really have the capacity to be helping individual job seekers in addition to everything that I am doing right now. So a lot of times I do, like, I don't know who has seen the givejobs2.us website that like me and Serena Holmes and Susie Weber and Kent Salato also helped with it, but it's a website and it has like a job seeker spreadsheet and some other things on there available. So I usually just send that website to people that send me the cold DMs looking for work and be like, this is the best way. Because if, something does come on my feed, I'm like, wow, I actually might have someone for this. Like, I'm going to go to that spreadsheet and look to see who signed up. But yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, because I probably get like, I don't know, at least 2 to 3 people a day DMing me their resume, like cold resume. And it's very much like a AI template, like very generic. And a lot of times not in the industry that I work in, which is in my headline, which, don't get me wrong, it's hard to job seek and it's hard to reach out to recruiters and network and all of that, but it's in my headline. Please read it. So the Christie's Toy Box was the last employer, and then here is all of the education. This is a lot for education. A whole page for it is crazy.
I got that ADHD and I got a 5-1 human design profile, so I do nothing but collect knowledge and then help people with it.
Yeah. Okay, so the Franklin Covey Institute, are these like certificates that you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot to have on there for man, my husband keeps calling me. You know it's Podcassidy time. Come on now. But you have, so there's 2 different certificates from the 2 different institutes, and then you have your BA and then your AS.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are, what do you have underneath these? Just more about the
what do you mean?
certificates?
Oh, just what I used it for, like how I implemented that certificate in role.
Gotcha. You probably don't need it. Doesn't hurt. But it also like I assumed when it was a 2-page resume that you had more work history on this page. I was not ready for that whole page to be education.
It's not. It's education and awards because I'm impressive.
I know. Look at all your awards. So the one came from Atlassian, and then, or how many did you get from Atlassian?
So I won 2 hackathons at Atlassian, and I got 2 different. So the big like departmental team that I was on had what we called Voltron Awards every year, and I got a Voltron Award every year for usually like collaboration or team spirit, like Chief 5 officer shit.
I love that. Yeah, that's and then the Trupanion one is just a people's choice vote. Okay, you were the choice of the people.
Yep, learner of the year again, collecting the knowledge.
Okay, gotcha.
Rob redacted for personal. Cassidy had me remove my personal identifiable information. I don't know why I redacted the school name. I don't even live there anymore. I panicked.
I didn't want to dox her. So I asked her to take off any identifying information because it's being streamed to the interwebs. I was trying to be kind. So are you not looking for work because you just landed your spot? Or are you trying to get out of there, or what's your deal?
No. I love doing human design. Like I love doing it. I would do it for free if I didn't have a mortgage.
I deal you.
Unfortunately, I got a mortgage, so I'm open to another position, like in somebody else's org, but I'm picky at this point. 3 layoffs in 5 years. Like I heard y'all the first time. So I would be open to a position with the right company that our values align. I care about what they do, and they have a culture that like doesn't suck. Like I can bring culture with me. You don't have to have a complete package yet. Like I can fix some of that. But like y'all got to be open to that.
Right. So if you were to get another role, would it be in human design that you would be looking for?
So I actually have this idea that I've been percolating in my brain.
Let's hear it.
About using human design as a team building tool, because everyone's being pushed to use AI in their role, but there are 2 fundamental problems with that. Nobody's roles are clearly defined anymore, like not in tech anyway, and no one's explicitly aware of the gaps on their team. And so, like, what human design would do would give everybody on a team the ability to,
Cassie, I'm so sorry. Before you go further, Rob asked if you can define human design.
So what human design is...
Before we go into it.
So human design is a comprehensive system that incorporates Western astrology from the day you were born and 88 astrological degrees before you were born, the I Ching, the Kabbalah, the Brahmin Hindu chakra system, epigenetics, quantum stuff comes in at some points, to basically create like your soul's roadmap for like what you came here to do in this life and the tools that you came here to do it with. So it'll tell you like what your personality archetype is, like what you feel like, and then like what the world sees you as. It tells you how your energy functions so that you can stop burning out. It tells you how you can make decisions with confidence. It tells you what your life purpose is, what your superpowers are, the specific gifts that inform your life purpose. Tells you what environment you thrive in, tells you how you digest both food and information best. I know that I'm missing things. Tells you how you manifest most efficiently. Tells you like which of the energy centers in your body are like very consistent and which ones are less consistent but are like opportunities for wisdom. And so it's basically just like a comprehensive system that gives you the documentation or the README for your soul. And so, yeah. Where was I going before?
And then you're going into the idea that you have,
yes,
based on that.
So what I would like to do is take human design into corporate spaces for team building purposes, to be able to, because if you know like exactly what you like to do, exactly what you're good at, and exactly how your energy functions, and if you know that about every member on the team, if you can articulate what your team is supposed to do, you know who to slot into what roles based on what they're already gifted at. And then that highlights the gaps that AI can actually effectively fill.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So you would are you almost saying like creating a program for companies to be able to follow? I feel like you should do that. I feel like you should make like an app or a website either for individuals based on that, or you should either create like a program that you can package and sell to companies for this.
I want to facilitate workshops. Like I would love to facilitate workshops and do like retreats. Like that is my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Is to be able to like take human design to, yes, Roy, and you'll pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
Rob said I'm more confused now. They're too big.
The human design would help cut the confusion.
But yeah, that's very cool. So what do you say when people tell you, well, that is like bogus. That stuff doesn't actually like influence people, like they aren't free for these things. What's your response when people come to you? Because I'm sure you get a lot of people. No,
I haven't. No. I'm a very forceful personality, so I think most people are not going to push back. Also, if you're skeptical, like everyone's a skeptic, cool. We're just not aligned to work together. Like there are other weirdos out there who inherently see the value in human design. Because here's the thing, nothing I tell you in a human design reading is going to feel revolutionary, but what it's going to do is give you a bone deep coherence that gives you the confidence to step into your power with the self-knowledge about what you came here to do and how. And like that, you become unfuckwithable.
Unfuckwithable. Okay, so
Rob, you're definitely not dumb.
No,
like, that's not a thing.
All right, so if you shoot, what was my question now? No, I can't remember.
I'm a distraction.
I'm so bad at this.
Should I add that to my resume?
A distraction, I think. A distraction in the workplace. Make that your. You should add that to your headline. honestly.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to add to your headline. So when it comes to human design, how much information do you need to have about a person before you feel like you can?
I literally just need your birth time, birth date, birthplace, and it'll spit it all out.
Oh, I might have to give you my digits. I might have to give you my digits and see what pops up.
It's so funny to me, and like the more clients I have, what abundantly keeps happening with clients is I'm like, so here's the role you're going to play in the revolution. Turns out you're actually a doula for the birth of the next version of humanity. Come on, it's not just you. There's a bunch of us.
Right.
Like overwhelmingly, that ends up what's happening.
That's awesome. All right. So now let me switch it on you. Why are you on LinkedIn?
Because being on any meta product makes me want to die. And also not getting attention makes me want to die. So I had to pick like the best of a bunch of options. And if I'm going to get a job, it's going to be from LinkedIn. So like, as well. Also, I have friends here now, which is weird. Like,
right.
I came out of the cauldron officially probably like 5-ish months ago on LinkedIn. And just started being my just weirdest possible self. Shout out to Leah Vernon, who really makes it seem like that's the only option.
I love Leah. Oh, she's amazing.
And the knowledge bombs for free.
Like, I dream of one day connecting with her. She's one of my like, please connect with me.
I am trying to manifest that, but not be weird about it. Because I have actually followed Leah. I used to follow her on Instagram like 10, 15 years ago, back when she was a body positive influencer. So like when she popped up in LinkedIn, I was like, oh, there are cool people on LinkedIn.
You're like, Leah's here?
I was like, cool, that's all I need to know. And like, I have met the coolest people in the world in her comments. Like some of my favorite people that I've connected with are from Leah Vernon's comments. And it's just like, I will say, like, most social media is a cesspool, and like LinkedIn's not that. But it's at least a really good place to like gather resources, build tools. Like your network is stronger. Your network is as effective as your resume for like getting out in the world. LinkedIn feels like the place because like I really want to connect with women who have identified they've hit a wall, something's not working, they're not sure what. I really think human design can be that thing that comes in and is like, okay, here is the U shape. Now here are all of the things that could fit that. And so like, let's find one way to like make your life 10% better, like 10% more in alignment with your design, and just see if it feels better.
Yeah. Oh, now we got people in the chat talking about Leah.
Y'all, Leah Vernon, VERNON. She is the thought leader, THOT leader on LinkedIn. She is the queen of lizard skittering. She is a social marketing genius and fully moisturized human. You need Leah in your life. Even if you think you don't, you're wrong.
Like, I think it is impossible to not like her.
Correct.
If you are a decent person.
Intelligent, alive.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm telling y'all, solid gold knowledge drops about marketing yourself, your business. Like, she made me so confident to like be fully myself on LinkedIn just from stuff she posts. Like, and she always like will respond to comments and stuff too. But like, one of my top 5 favorite follows ever on any platform, but for sure on LinkedIn.
I know. I tried sliding in her DMs with a meme. Didn't work.
Dang it.
I know. I couldn't trap her with a meme. But one day.
Me shit posting about Stephen King's coke habit got me a connection request from Lauren Howard, which is somebody that like I also put at like Leah Vernon level for somebody I learned from.
Yeah.
So like, Shitpost more. I don't know if you could shitpost more.
I was gonna say I do it.
You are like an exceed
often.
expectation shit poster, which I deeply appreciate about you, by the way.
Exceed expectation. That is, oh my God.
That's the highest rating I give. Sorry, Max.
God.
You're gonna have to fight her for it now.
Max said, I want to be fully moisturized.
Go get in Leah Vernon's, like, go follow her. Go get in her comments.
Yep. Man. Yeah, actually, just before this, I was going through my connection requests that I had sent out. Anyone from a month ago, withdraw, bye.
Changed my mind.
If you don't want to connect with me, now I no longer want to connect with you.
Also, not connecting with you, like, make your own life worse if you want to, I guess. Missing out.
I know. I will save my request for someone that will accept and appreciate it.
Correct. Because we have boundaries in 2026, friends. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We are getting towards the end of the time here. Are there any closing thoughts, last things that you would like to share with the great people of LinkedIn?
No thoughts, just vibes.
No thoughts, just vibes. Okay.
Enjoy my Macho Man Randy Savage paintings. I saw somebody call them out at the beginning. So all of this art is mine.
Ooh.
You were correct. Like, I am a deeply creative person, but I have this like limiting belief that you can't make money from art. So like, ultimately, if I could do art full time, like that would be great. But my brain has not like gotten to that point yet. But yeah, so I do a series of Macho Man Randy Savage mashup paintings. This is Nacho Man Randy Fromage. This is Matcha Man because he's all green. This is Pride Macho Man with the oh yes. And that is Muncho Man Candy Savage, the Willy Wonka mashup.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's awesome.
So I do take commissions if there are any Macho Man Randy Savage fans out there. I also do other, like, I do acrylic pour art too, and just various like sit down and do nonsense art. That came out as a trash painting of something else I was doing. So whatever.
You might have to hit up Bree. She was the one that had mentioned the Macho Man, and she has her little podcast studio. I think she could use a little Randy Savage, Nicolas Cage mashup, or a mashup of Randy Savage and Lefty, the glove from Hamburger Helper.
Oh my. Okay, so many inspiration. Yep. The Nicolas Cage one I might just do a Nicolas Cage one because my dream killer is obsessed with Nicolas Cage, like loves him. To a weird amount, it has caused fights in our marriage before. I'm like, dude, you're too into Nick Cage. Like, this is weird. Like, do we have to have a conversation? So I'm definitely making a Nicolas Cage painting now. I just got done with the Seattle Seahawks painting that I'm really excited about.
Ooh, man, I haven't painted in so long, like legit years.
I love it.
Art, my favorite form of media, like my favorite form to create is to paint.
The purpose of art is not to be good at it. It is to take the chaos inside you and yeet it out into the universe to make it everybody's problem.
Yeah. I feel like I need a house and more space so that way I can leave shit out. That's another big part of it too, is I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to clean it up afterwards.
I lugged my paint bucket up out of the garage, and it now lives under my, like, I'm kicking it right now because if I don't have it out, there are paint tubes like literally out on my desk right now. Like, because same, if it's not out, I won't do it. I got ADHD, out of sight, out of mind. Sorry about my kids.
All right. Perfect. Oh, Rob said I would commission a piece of MRS. Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage and Nick Cage.
Just in time for Pride. Rob, I appreciate the inclusivity.
Hell yeah. Well, no last words before I do my final closing thoughts.
My only inspiration is to be real weird right now, so take it away.
All right, well, you're rocking it. You have made it happen. But yeah, thank you for coming to Podcassidy. This is exactly what I wanted, was to go over a resume. And Cassie, thank you for coming. You have been wonderful. This has been so much fun. I appreciate everyone watching. And,
yes, thank you all so much.
I will be back on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, bye.
Bye.